In the eyes of feminists, you don't need no man, right? Okay, but why are you secretly craving love, stability, and protection?
Not only did you buy it, you re-upped to your subscription. Subscribe, let's talk about it.
Ladies, feminism lied to us and we just ate it up. They told us that rebellion was power, but all it gave us was confusion, burnout, and situationships. In the eyes of feminists, you don't need no man, right? Okay, but why are you secretly craving love, stability, and protection? So somehow obeying God became oppressive, while being overworked, over-sexualized, and overlooked became empowerment. Please make it make sense.
So listen, we'll leave the religion aspect out of this for a second, right? Because that could vary, and we don't want to pigeonhole this actual commentary. But what she's saying is absolutely true. Like, I believe, and other women I've talked to in real life, and I know this is anecdotal, but a growing number of women are concerned because, like most of us who hadn't really figured out life, we were told what avenue we should sort of occupy. And you made it very enticing, telling them, no, you should decide what you want to do with your life. You should go out there and succeed just like these men do. You should go out there and kill it. You should be free to sleep with whomever you want. All these things are true, but to a degree, right? If I'm saying and supporting your choice to do what you want, let's create a society in which you can choose to do whatever it is that you want to do. First and foremost, we have to understand that the consequences for any choice, anything you decide to do, whether or not that is to buy in or to remain on the sidelines and save your money and wait for an entry or an exit point, everything has consequences. Everything has choice. But what you'll notice a lot of when you, and this is coming from conversations I've had with women, when you decide what I'd actually do want to have kids, I would rather be a stay-at-home wife, I would want to be a wife, you get a lot of pushback. You get a little vitriol, a little anger, as if you deciding that's not what you want somehow detracts from the movement, detracts from feminism. Then you get pushed to the outside and you get shamed until you get back in line. What we see as humans, as we age, as we mature, as we have more experience, we start to question a lot of our upbringing. We want to go back to the source and understand, why is it I'm where I am in life and I'm less happy than I thought I would be? Then you start realizing that a lot of the decisions that you made, they were kind of already, you were guided in that direction. So you're in your mid-30s, you're nearing 40, and you realize, actually, I wanted to live a completely different life. And I never felt strong enough to assert that. Now you have another conundrum, you have another problem, that part of feminism, at least modern feminism, became about hating men. It didn't come out just about women empowerment, it became about just hating men. What happens over time, enough time happens that men, you get the message. Psychologically, most things have, and socially, most things have a trailing effect. The effect on men had a trailing effect. It took men time to say, cool, got it, this is the rules of engagement. Like most of us are going to do, we're not going to get violent with you, we're just simply going to take a step back. What was the cause of this? When you wanted to say, all right, feminism became the catch-all. You want to decide, I have as much freedom, I can do what I want just like you? Absolutely. Most of us have no problem with that. You want to be in the workforce? Absolutely, go for it. No problem with that. You want to buy a house, degrees, all the things, please, by all means. I don't care. I think most men are ambivalent about it. We say, you want to do that? Great. Especially if we know our mother, we like our mother, we have sisters, we have friends. We want you to succeed in the things that you want to do, as in you understand the consequences for the choice. Men understand something intrinsically. Early on, you cannot have it all. There's going to be a choice and there's going to be a trade-off. If you want to do this, then it's possible. If you don't want to do that, then you don't have to worry about those consequences. If you want to be in the workforce and you want to work with this attitude as anything you can do, I can do better. Okay, let's compete. Then you start realizing some of the truth that, yeah, men are willing to go longer, harder. They're built for this sort of stamina to be out there working, grinding. You waste a lot of that because later on you realize, shit, I never wanted to do that. I was just trying to support this thing that I was told I was supposed to support. I was part of this group thing, this idea. Now you want to backtrack. Now they also told you, don't worry, you can have it all. Anyone, we all understand that. Anyone, any con man that tells you that, you can have everything you want. You're either evil, disguised as an evil genie trying to trap me and get yourself freed, or you're just a regular degular con man. Men understand that you can't have it all. If you want to go the route of being that ultra rich provider, that probably means you're going to miss out on a lot of your kids' life. That's the choice. That's the trade-off. Do you have an avenue where you can do both? Maybe. More than likely, no. We understood that very early on. That's why when we talk about men sacrificing for the family, that's the sacrifice part. I can't be there as much as I might want to be, but I can provide a future for them. They get that. Feminism told women something differently. You can do it all. You can be this high power success, this boss babe, and then turn around and get the man of your dreams. And what are you seeing in real life? This is the F around and find out part of it. You don't get that option. What it took for you to become successful in competition with men in male spaces or spaces we now created makes you unattractive to men. Feminism never checked in and said, hey, men, what do you want? Because it was never about what men wanted. It was about making sure you had equal choice, ideally. Ideally, we all should be feminists. It's when you started saying, F these men, where you cut out the legs to prop up women, which isn't really truly empowering them. You told them you can sleep with whomever you want. Your body is your choice. Absolutely true. You understand the consequence with that? Some of these men are going to look and say, that's not really what I want. No, I'll have fun with you, but when it comes down to actually being with you in the long term, I don't want to do that. You can see OnlyFans or people in the porn industry realizing that years after their time in there. Yeah, my personal relationships are very difficult, despite the bluster, despite everything they're saying online. My body count, my past history shouldn't matter. Well, it does. That's something that men are just going to say, okay, no, it's fine because you said it. No, you're now dealing with the real world as close as it can be, where men sort of occupy and say, yeah, we don't get a lot of things that are sugar-coated. Feminism told you you could do this, you could do that, and you could have the best outcomes. This is why you're looking now and saying that's not true. But when you hear a lot of this later on, when a lot of your choices are ready to be cut off. Specifically, you see a lot of this when women say, I never wanted that. Well, who are you telling this? If you're being honest, and we need more conversations in those quiet, dark times when you can be honest and saying, I made some decisions that I wish I did. I wanted this type of life. Most of us understand. I think most of us, despite our experiences, despite what we've been through, we would like someone to do life with. We would like that white picket fence, or the high-tech condo. We're not going to judge that, but that dream exists, and it's usually not something that you're being alone with. That's a consequence of saying, I can't really find what I want. The options aren't there. I'm fine settling with this type of life. Feminism told you can do whatever, you can have sex whenever, and it never said that the consequences that exist would be there for you, because you have to still coexist with men. You shit on them, you call them names, you constantly degrade them, but then you still want to be with them. You can see some of your favorite creators right now, man haters, and you're trying to now push that the greatest thing a man can do is be with a woman that hates men. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. What you see right now is the last ditch effort to try and cobble together some bad choices that were never meant to exist at the same time. You can't hate men continuously, then turn around and say, but this one's good. All these others suck. All these others are terrible, but this one is mine. This one is fine. No. The quality of that man is questionable. The backbone of that man is questionable. But that becomes an increasingly small number that people are going to say, I want to put up with this. Feminism was about giving you a choice. It's just, it didn't really give you that choice. It kind of forced you and said, you should be choosing this thing. Now, that would be fair if it laid out the exact consequence of that behavior. But you essentially adopted a framework that you never understood fully. You just said, this is what we're supposed to do. Okay. Now the part is you have to take the consequence of that behavior. You don't get to turn around and say, oops, I was wrong. I'm just a girl. I would like better now. There's so much damage that's happened in between. And one of the things that we never really talked about, you got men used to not being with you. You got men used to you being freer with your body, but it being cheaper for an experience. Now, if you disagree, let me know down in the comments below. If you see other videos on the screen, check those out. Let me know your thoughts about those and those videos. And of course, if you listen to my voice now, you have not subscribed, I think you should. We're just trying to build something dope. I'll see you in the next one.